In today's session, we are going to discuss about type of table calculation. In previous session, we have discussed about how we can create table calculations and all. So in this, we are going to discuss what are the other types of table calculation that we have. And not only that we have done only single way of doing the table calculation. There where we can apply secondary table calculation. So I will show you how to apply secondary calculation. And there are many other methods. So not only running total. So when running total does, so it will keep on adding the previous values to the current number. And so difference will be calculated based on the previous next value and first and last. In the same way, we can calculate percent difference, percent of total. So we'll see some of these other table calculation types. So let me just remove. So this is the same example that we have taken earlier. So this is your normal sales without any table calculation, and this is my table calculation. So let's see. I'll just increase the font of this. Okay. So here I can see, to my right side I can see normal sales, and to my left I can see table calculation, which is table across. Hello. Okay, both are different. Table calculation and calculations are different. Calculation field we can use it anywhere, but table calculation so will be specifically for this particular worksheet. Why? Because I can change the computation using all these options. So there is a difference between table calculation and calculation. So table normal calculation is static. Okay, table calculation, sheet to sheet, you can change the computation. When I say sheet to sheet, I can change the computation. I'll just create a calculation. So normal calculation, sum of sales. I'll just do add some 500 to this. Okay, say okay. Calculation 1. Okay, so here I can't modify this. So for each and every number, I have added 500 to this. So sorry, calculation I need to use. Okay, for each and every number, sum of sales, I have added 500. So 14,518 plus 500 will become 15,018. Okay. So this is my sheet 1, which has calculation versus table calculation. Okay, here I am doing the computation based on, for table calculation, I am doing it based on table across. So I have values like this, 14,518, and adding the previous value, you are getting the 2021 February as 32,980. So you are getting these values. And if I make a duplicate, okay, so this is a duplicate one. Okay, so calculation, I can't change it. So there is no computation you can change. So if I change for computation for table calculation, so the values in this sheet are different for this sheet. So you can change the computation of table calculations. So for sheet to sheet, the values may differ. Why? Because we can change the computations of table calculation. It is so dynamic. In one sheet, we can do table across, and in the other sheet, you can do table down, or you can create some other doing difference, or you can use some other table calculation. But normal calculation, you can't do any such type of things. Okay, so you can use quick table calculation for this as well, but calculation value will be same across the entire dashboard. So 15,018. So that will be same across the entire dashboard. Is it clear? Divya? Yeah. Okay. So that's how we can make calculations. So calculation is basically, it will create an extra column which is not there in the database. So let's say I have created this column, this calculation one column, and I'll edit this data source. So basically this will create a extra columns that we have created. So as I have created a calculation one, in the back end, it will create calculation one column. So that's the reason we are able to see the information for that. So arrange it properly so that you can see the quarter date. Yeah. So this way we can see the calculation and table calculation together. Calculation will not change for sheet to sheet, and table calculation you can change the computation for each and every worksheet. So this way we can change. And now let's move on to our table calculation. So in table calculation, we can do based on average, based on median, count, distinct, all this we can do. So let's check for average. So when we do average, it is doing based on the average value. So let's make this also an average. So what it is doing is, it is doing the same way. So it will keep on adding the values based on the average. So if I'm in February 2021, so it will add my previous value, which will become 288 plus 173, which is 461. So that way it will keep on adding the previous values to your current number. Okay, so let's go back to sum. And let's start with, okay, let's check for difference. So as we have checked difference earlier, so it is doing it based on related to the previous value. So every time it will check only one previous value. Let's say 14,518. So there is no 2019 data. So every time it will try to check with the previous number. So as there is no previous data, it will give you blank. And for 2021, there is a previous number, which is 14,518. So 18,462 minus 14,518 will give you 3,944. So likewise, it will do for all the 20 till the 2023. And this table across, table down, table across, then down. The process of it is same across different calculations. For difference, it is same. For running total, it is same. For all the computations, it is same. So now let's see how we can do percent difference. So percent difference, basically, it will find out the difference between this, and you need to enter the previous value. So let's see. So 18,000. So this is basically the mathematical calculation. Whenever you want to see percentage growth, 518 divided by 14,518 into 100. So which will give you 27%. So 27% is the percentage growth. So it has increased from 14,518 to 18,462. So now let's see. So this we can change and we can compare it with the next value. So for 2023, there is no next value. That means there is no 2024 data. So that's why you're getting this as blank. And So what is the percentage growth? So now we are comparing with the next value. So comparing with the next value, so you need to enter the current value first, then 44,259 divided by 18,850. Sorry, we need to multiply, divide with previous value. So 18,830 minus 44,259 divided by 44,259, which is 57.45. Okay, so now let's see percent of total. Okay, so percent of total is based on the total sum of sales. So what is the percent of this particular row? So as we are doing it based on the table across, so it will calculate only based on this, only based on these 4 rows, 4 columns. So what is the total sum? It is 96,070. And what is the contribution of 2020 January is, it is 15%. So how we can calculate that? So 2020 January value is 14,518 divided by entire all these columns values, all these 4 columns values is 96,070. So which will be 15.11. So that way you can find out the percentage. Now let's see. Let's find it out based on the order date. Okay, you are trying to find out the percent of total based on sum of total. Sum of total, when I say, so sum of total is 23,26,534. In that, what is the contribution of January 2020 and what is the contribution of February 2021? So to find out that, we need to divide it with 23,26,534. Okay, so let's 14,518 divided by 23,26,535 into 100, which will give you 0.62%. So if you want to know each and every month contribution, so you need to divide it by total sum of sales, and then you will be able to see the percentage of contribution of each and every month. So that way we can find out the percentage growth. Okay, so now I will show you this how to write secondary calculation. Okay, so let's take sales, and let me take the same example, order date and quarter. So it will only have the quarters, and I'll put one more month, and I'll take tabular chart. Okay, so this way I can see it and make it entire view and increase the font. Increase the font to 14. Yeah. So, and I will apply table calculation to this running total. So this is giving me based on the table across. And I will also show sales as well. And I'll put measure names in the color so that I can see the difference. Okay, so orange ones are normal sales and blue ones are table calculation. Okay, so now that we have this, so here currently I'm just doing the running total. So running total, how it will get calculated, it will just add on the previous values. So if it is across, it will add on like this. If it is down, it will add like this. And if it is table across then down, it will go across and come to the starting point, and it will go across and it will come to the starting point. So for table down then across, it will be opposite. So it will go down and then across. and go down and then across. Okay, so now that I have created this running total, so on top of this running total, I want to apply one more secondary calculation. Okay, so right click on this, edit table calculation. Okay, so click on this add secondary calculation. So it will add one more calculation on top of this running total, where you can do other computations. Here also you can select difference from. So whatever calculation that we have applied here, apart from that calculation, you can apply any other one, difference from, or you want to calculate percent of total or percentage difference from. So all those things you can calculate. So now let's do difference from. Okay, so this is difference from, and let's have the previous one as well. Like I want to see the running total one as well. So this is running total and this is difference from, and I'll show sales. Okay. So this is basically, make it as green. Okay, so the green is basically the secondary calculation. So the green is basically secondary calculation, and I will show you how this will get calculated. So this is, I'll just make titles for this. So this is sales, and this is where I have applied the running total, and this is where I have applied difference from running total. So this is my secondary calculation, basically running total. So in brackets, I'll write secondary calculation. Okay, so let's see. So when I'm trying to do this running total, so how this is getting calculated? Uh, Prashant, can you tell me how this value is getting calculated to fetch this value? What all we need to do? So this is doing table across. Sorry. So which will give me 32,990. So as it is doing table across, so it will do this way. Okay, so now that we have done that, and now let's see. So this is doing difference from this running table calculation. So difference from, so now it will not, this calculation, whatever we are doing, this will not consider normal sales. So this will consider only this one, as we are applying secondary calculation. So this running total is coming based on this sales, and difference from is getting calculated only based on this table. Okay, now let's see how this is getting calculated. Okay, so to get this value, so I'm just calculating difference from previous value. So here I'm just calculating difference from previous values. So it is 2020 doesn't have any previous values. There is no 2019 data. So you see these as blanks. So as we have discussed earlier, if there is no previous value for table calculations, it will show it as blank. So if there is no value to compare, then it will give you blank. And now let's go to 2021. So we have value to compare with the previous value. So 32,980 minus 14,580. So which is 18,462. So every time it will calculate based on the previous value. So there is no comparison for the previous value. It has given you blank here. And for 2021, you have value. So it has, so subtraction of these two values will give you 18,462. And in case of 2022, so it will be like this. So it will compare with the previous value, which will become 51,810 minus 32,980. So which is your 2022 January value. Okay. Divya, can you tell me how will I get this number? 96,070 minus 51,810. Yes. So that will give me this number 44,250. So it's a rounding off thing. So there are some decimal places also. So it is doing rounding up and it is giving you 44,259. So likewise, as we are doing table across, so every time it will do like this. So it will compare with the previous value. As for 2020, there is no previous value, you will get blank. So likewise, for every different row, it will calculate like this. So this is about table across. As we know, this is getting calculated table across. So table across is basically calculating like this. So if you are doing table down, so then it will calculate like, so the previous value will be, so there is no value for January, there is no previous value, and there is no value to compare. So this entire row will get blank, and it will compare like this if we do table down. So this way it will calculate for table down. So when you do table down, so the previous values will be above your value, above the current value. Okay, so let's see, let's try to do table down for this secondary calculation. Table down. Okay, so I have done table down only for secondary calculation, but not for the primary, this running total. So I have not made any changes for this. So this will be getting calculated across based on table across only. So let's talk about this one. So as I have told, so this will compare the previous value. So for January 2020, there is no previous value. So that is why this is blank. This area is blank. And for February 2020, there is a previous value. Which will give you, 1 second. Okay, so you have to do table down for this as well so that it will matches. Okay. Then now we can compare. Why? Because it is calculating the calculations based on table down. So even if I'm applying the secondary table calculation, okay, so for one only we can't make, so it will apply for both. So first we have applied running total. So running total is calculating based on table down, and the secondary calculation we are doing it based on the percentage difference. So you have to do this one also a table down. So then only you can compare. Now let's see. So there is no previous value to compare for this. So this one you are getting as blank. Now you have to subtract it with this one. So every time you have to connect with the previous value. Okay, so Rakib, can you tell me how I am getting this value? Yeah. So this way I can keep on doing this for the previous value. I mean, I can compare it to the previous values. So for all the columns, it will be calculating like this. So compare with the previous value and it will give you. And if I do next value, so relative to next value. So next value will compare with the next value. So it will keep on comparing with the next value. Let's take a screenshot. So this will be applicable for each, I mean, normal primary table calculation and for the secondary table calculation. So if I want to find out this value, so it is basically comparing it with this. So 14,518 minus 19,018. So this way, every time it will calculate with the next value. And let's see how to calculate with first. So I'm doing this based on compute using table down. So table down meaning, so you have to start from the top and go to the down. So when I am starting from the top, so this will be my first position. Okay, so every time, every value has to be compared with your first value. So as I'm going down, so this is my top value and then I'm going down. So this will become my top value. So when I compare this value with this value, I will get 0. And every time I will compare each and every value with my first value. Yeah. Harakib. Harakib. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Yeah, I'll just show you. So I just clicked on the normal running table calculation and just say edit table calculation. I have clicked on this add secondary calculation. So this will open one more window. This will extend this window. And here you can add any other type of table calculation that you want to use. Okay. Yeah, Prashant. Any questions? So there are scenarios like I have created this running total and I want to find out, let's say, some difference between these two. So if you want to apply more table calculations, like more calculations to one primary one, so then you can use this table calculation. Like secondary, like, so this is the one type of calculation that I have added. And let's say if I want to, do percent of total. Okay, so this will calculate the percent of total based on these values, not based on the sales. So I'm applying on top of this and it will compare with the previous value and it will give you the percent of total or percentage difference and all. Yeah, Rakib. Hmm. Hmm. So you can do the same operations. So whatever you can do in table calculations, so you can do same operations what you have done. But so whenever you are doing normal quick table calculation, it is based on normal sales. On this you are doing it, and whenever you do run secondary calculation, so that is based on your running total. So on top of one table calculation, you are applying another table calculation. So there are some certain scenarios where user want to see, where user want to compare the running totals. So then you can use this. So let me just take an example. Don't take this percent of total. Let's take difference from. Okay, so when I take this percentage difference, so again it is giving me this values which are there in this. So let's take. So here you can see the comparison you can do different way. Okay, so here I have applied running table calculation, and let's remove this secondary table one. Okay, so secondary table, if you see, so I'm just doing it based on the sales, normal sales value, and on top of this, I have applied secondary table calculation. So the usage of this secondary table calculation is, if you want, you can create one more table calculation on top of the one which you have created. Yeah, Prashant, is it clear? Okay, so let's yeah, A major can use that, yes. Okay, so here, so earlier normal table calculation, I'm just doing it based on the table across, and whenever you are doing some difference from, or if you are calculating ranks or different calculations, so you can do relative to next previous, those things you can do. First and last also you can do. So when I say first, so this will be my first row, and when I say last, it will, each and every value will be compared with previous values, sorry, last values. Then it will compare like this. Okay, so each and every value of yours will be compared with this. So basically, I'm just doing the calculation, the secondary calculation, which is not possible only with the normal table calculation. So here I have taken just the running total, and on running total, I'm just doing the comparison of the previous values. I can compare with the by doing difference, previous or next or first and last. So now let's see. Now just we'll talk about this rank. So let's take order date. And let's skip quarter. And make it as entire view. Okay, so this is coming as sales values. And let me change the font. Okay. And I'll make it as in quick table. I'll select rank. And I'll select sales again. Okay, and here I'm calculating it based on, computing it based on table across. So it will compare only based on table across. So in this four values, whatever is the maximum value, so that will be assigned as maximum value, or let's say rank 1. So I'll just show you one simple example. I'll take subcategory. So this is my subcategory values. So subcategory values, I can see it like this, and I want to see the rank of this. So let me enter sum of sales and make it discrete. So basically what it is doing is, it is assigning first rank to the whichever subcategory which has more sales. So $335,768 is the highest sales. So that for that it has assigned first rank. And it will keep on doing till the last. So whichever has the less value, it has a last rank, which is 17. In the same way, as we are doing table across, so it will check row by row. In that row, if there are 4 values, it will compare these 4 values. In that, whichever has the highest value, it will assign first rank to that, and it will keep on doing for the rest values. So whichever is the next value, which will be assigned as second, third, and fourth. Okay, so Prashant, can you tell me what is the highest value in this 4? So 22,917 will be assigned as a first rank. So this way you can do table across, and let's do table across, let's say table down. So when I say table down, it will compare column wise. Column wise it will compare, and it will check for all these values, and whichever has the highest value, that will be assigned first rank. So if you compare this column, so 82,670 has the highest value, so that will be assigned first rank, and the rest of the values will be assigned to the sequential order, 2, 3, 4, like that it will assign. So that is for sales. And let's say table across then down. So table across then down. So in the entire data, whatever is the highest value, it will compare the values, and then, so basically it will find out which is the highest value in all these months. And you can see 118,455 is the highest value. So that means 12 for the 48 ranks. So there are 4 years and you will have 12 months. So that means you will have 12 into 4, 48 line items or 48 data points, and you will have 48 ranks. And this has been assigned as first rank. And what is your least value? 4520. And that has assigned 48th rank. To know what is in which month we got the highest sales, so you can do it by creating the rank. So when you say table across then down, so you're able to calculate for all the years and for all the months. And when you do table done, you were able to compare only year by year. So in this year, this is your highest value, and in 2021, this is your highest value, and in 2022, this is your highest value. Why? Because you have this first time. So this way you can find out rank. Okay, so we can do this aggregations at in table calculation. We can do it by sum, average, min, maximum. And how to add a secondary calculation? By clicking on this. So yeah, Rakib. Yes, we can do it by pair wise. right click on this, pane across. So pane across and the table across will be similar. Just do the pane down so you will understand. Okay. So when I do pane down, so it will calculate only these three. It will not go beyond this pane. So it will find out in these three values what is the highest one. What is the highest one? Okay. Yeah. So it will assign first rank to that, and next one will be assigned second rank, which is 14,518, and the last one will assign third rank. So likewise, there will be only three ranks. So if you are doing pane down, there will be only three ranks, and it will assign 1, 2, 3. And if you do pane across then down, so it will go like this and go down, and it will go across then down, go across. So it will stop where this pane ends. And there are in this quarter there are 3 months and 4 years. So 3 into 4, there are 12 line items or 12 data points. So it will assign only 12 ranks. So it will check all these data points, and whichever is the highest one, that will be assigned first rank. So in this 60,728 has the highest value, and 440 is the last value. So that will calculate ranks for that particular pane. Okay, so that's how we can do the sum of rank of sum of sales. So to apply secondary calculation, so we have seen, so click on the edit table calculation and you can see this window coming up, and you have to click on this add secondary calculation, and you can do difference from on running total. Okay, so also we have discussed on what basis you want to do. So relative to previous values, next values, you can get only based on the difference from when you are trying to do percentage difference or difference. So with what you want to compare, so that we can decide based on the previous, next, and first and last. That we can do. Okay, so now I will tell you about average and median. Let's say I have values like okay, like this. Now I want to find out average of sales. Okay, so how do I find the average of sales? Can anyone tell the calculation? Sorry? Yeah, perfect. This divided by 4. So basically it is a sum of sales divided by number of line items. So it has 4. So total is 1542, and dividing it by 4 will give you 385.5. 385.5. Now tell me what is median of sales. Any idea how to do median of sales? Okay, so now let's see. Okay, so to do median, so first of all we need to arranging it in sorting order. Either you have to arrange it in ascending or descending. So let's arrange it. So let's arrange smallest to largest. Say okay. So now have assigned smallest to largest. So for even, there is a different calculation. Even number of line items. If you have even number of line items, there is a different calculation. And for odd number of line items, different calculation. So now I'll show you what is the different. So how many, like, is it even number of line items or is it odd number of line items? What is the count of line items? Yeah, perfect. So when it is even, so you have to pick the middle two values. You have to pick the middle two values and take the average of these two values. So when I say take the two middle values and take the averages, so you have to do this plus this divided by 2, which is your median value, 485. Okay, now let's say I have odd number of values. Even you have odd number of line items, you have to do the same process. You have to arrange it in sorting order. Yeah, you can arrange it in ascending or descending, and then you have to arrange it like this. Okay, so to calculate the median for odd number of line items is, so you will have a middle value, which is this one. When you have five line items, so you will have a middle value, which is this one. So you can take directly that one, that number. So that number becomes your median of sales. Okay, so let's take the average of this one. So you can see it below also. Okay, Prashant, can you tell me what is the average of this? How you need to calculate the average for this? Okay, Divya, can you tell me how to find out average for this? Sorry, 380. No, no, you have to add everything by 5. So total is 2192 divided by 5 will give you 438.4. So basically 2192 divided by the count. You can see at the bottom of my worksheet where I am hovering. So 2192 is the sum. And how many number of line items are there? There are 5. So 2192 divided by 5 will give you, sorry, median చెప్తున్నా. Okay. I'm asking about this average. Okay, so this divided by, okay, so this is 438. Okay, so what is the significance of using median instead of averages? So it will give you the accurate thing. Why we let's say, let's see the previous example. So if we don't have this thing, okay, so I have values of 42, 450, 520 and 530, and average is telling that 385.5. But most of the values or most of the line items are in the range of 450, 520 and 530. There is only one value which is 42. And I can't tell that most of the values are in the range of 42 or 100 like that. So it has to be somewhere in between this. So median will give you the accurate results, how the values are. So you can know, so most of the values are in between the range of 450, 520 like that. So let's say even if you have, so average what it does is when you have some less numbers, so it will give you the representation as you will have more or less values only. So let's say if I make this as 10 and the average becomes 377, and also let's take 1. So it is giving the false representation, but actually the values are in the range of above 400. So the most of the values are above 400, and there is only one line item which has very less value. And based on median, what it is doing, if I do a sorting order and if I take the average of middle two values, it is saying that above 485, I can say the values are in between, most of the values are in between this thing. So it will give you the accurate results compared to average. If you do a median, it will give you the accurate results. So now let's see the definition. So there are several kinds of means in various branches of mathematics. For a data set, the arithmetic mean, also called the mathematical expectation of average. So in mathematical, so there is also called mean calculation. So mean is also nothing but average. The calculation is same, sum of value divided by the number of or the count of line items. Is the central value of a discrete set of numbers, the sum of the values divided by the number of values. So this is the definition for average. Okay, so now let's see for the median. So the median is the value separating the higher half from the lower half of a data sample. For a data set, it may be thought of the middle value. So whenever it is, whenever you have odd number of values, so it will be your middle value. You can directly take, let's say 650. So you have odd number of values, you can directly take the middle value, which is 520 as your median. And when you have even number of line items, you need to take the average of the middle two values. So the median, okay, so when you have values like this, what is your median value, Divya? Yeah, 6, correct. So it is just taking the middle value. So the median is 6, the fourth largest and also the fourth smallest number in the sample. So when you compare with this line item, fourth one is the largest one. And when you compare with this line items, fourth one is the smallest one. So that way you can find out the median value. And now let's talk about, and what is the average of this one? 1, 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is basically the sum of all these values. So I have 5.2. Yeah. And we have also discussed the rank. So in rank, there are multiple types like modified, normal, computation, and dense and unique. So now let's see how we can use the different types. Okay, so I have just shown normal table, normal rank. So whenever you have highest value, it will assign first rank, and whenever you have lowest value, that will be assigned the last rank. But there are cases like you might get the repetition. So let's say, okay, so what is the rank that you will assign for this? What will be the rank for this one? Let's assume this as sales. Okay, for which line item you will assign first rank? Yeah. Second rank? Yeah. So you'll keep on 3, third rank, fourth rank. Okay. So yeah. So for this, Tableau has 4 types of assigning the ranks. So now I'll show you. So when there is a repetition of values, so will you assign fifth rank or will you assign sixth rank? Or so depending on the repetition of ranks, so there is a type. So usually you can assign fifth rank. For this also you will assign fifth rank. So that is called one type of rank. And for the next one, you will assign sixth rank. So now we'll see in Tableau how we can do this, how we can achieve this. So let's edit table calculation. Okay, so competition. Competition is one of the rank type. So in that, it will, whenever there is a repetition, it will assign the same rank to that, and it will skip the next rank. So whenever it is assigning the next rank, let's say in this case, I have applied fifth rank to this, and as sales is having the same value for this, and usually we should get sixth rank here. But these two values are same. So we are not assigning the sixth rank, we are assigning the same rank. And for the next one, if you take the competition model, it will give you seventh rank. Why? Because here we are skipping the sixth rank. So that is why you are not you will not get the sixth rank. So this is one type of rank. So assigning to assign that. So depending on the requirement, you can change your how do you want to give the rank when you have the same values. So if you are having the same values, whether you want to keep same rank as repetition, or you want to keep on uh, giving this unique ranks. So there is also one unique rank where you will assign unique rank for each and every category. So now I'll show you that. So competition is like this. So whenever there is a repetition, it will assign the same rank to that repeated values, and how many times it is getting repeated. So it is skipping that value. So let's say I have one more value like this, and I will get the same rank for this. And this time I'm skipping sixth and seventh rank. So it will have eighth rank here. Okay, so now let's see if I have like this. Okay, so what will be my rank here? Yeah. Why? Because we are skipping this 7 and 8 because of the repetition. Okay, so that is about competition. Now let's see modified competition. Okay, so this is the opposite of normal competition, modified competition. So it will assign 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, based on the value, it will assign that. And whenever there is a repetition, so whenever there is a repetition, so I'll just insert 1. Okay, so here, so this one has taken the lower one. So lower one, it is assigning the fifth rank to this one. But what it will do is it will take this one and it will assign eighth rank to every number. Okay. So for when there is a repetition, you have to assign same rank. So this is taking you for competition, this will take you the lower value and it will assign same rank to that. And in case of modified competition, so according to the order, it has to have 5, 6, 7, 8 ranks. So it will take the highest number and it will assign it to the all the values. Is this clear or is it confusing? So it's other way around of doing the rank for computation and so yeah, Rakib. Yeah, last value. So usually what we are doing is, so let's take it here. Modified computation. Okay, so what is the first rank? Which one has the first rank? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what value should I give for this one? Which rank should I assign for? Yeah, perfect. And for this one? 7 or 8? Yeah, perfect. So usually this will be 5 and 6. Sorry, 5 and 6. Okay. So normal computation, this will take 5 and it will repeat for wherever it is repeating. And it will skip the 6th rank and it will assign 7th rank for this. For modified computation, it will take the highest value. So 6th rank, it will assign to the repeated values. Okay, so that is about modified computation. And now let's see dense. So dense will not skip the rank. So dense computation. So it will assign 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, 5, 5. And earlier we have skipped the rank, so it will not skip the rank, and it will give you normal 6. So for repeated values, it will assign the same rank and it will give you the continuous. So this is our general method. I mean, generally what we use. And now let's go to unique. So unique will give you unique ranks based on arrangement of data. Okay, so it will keep on giving you unique ranks. So when I say unique ranks based on certain conditions, so even if it still has the values as repeated, so but based on the order, it will give you unique ranking. Okay, so mostly we'll use this dense computation where repeated values will get the same rank and it will continue the rank. For unique, it will give you, even if you have the same values, it will keep on giving you unique ranks. When I say unique, so no rank will be repeated. Yeah. So that is about ranks. So there are only 4 types of ranks that are available: computation, modified computation, dense, and unique. So yeah, so there is no repetition in my table, so that's why I have not shown it here. So let's connect to an Excel and Control C. Rank. So let's connect to this Excel and we can perform the same things. Click on Excel. let's put in category. There are some categories that I'm entering. We save this file and refresh this file, and I click on this. Okay, category is added. Okay, so now let's assign rank to this. Click table calculation and click on rank and put sales as well. And make it enter. Okay, link formatting as increase the size. Okay, so now let's do based on and sort it based on the sales. Category, click on sort and sort it based on the field. Select sales. Okay, now it is sorted. Okay, so as we have discussed, so let's say edit table calculation. So now let's go one by one. So computation, it will skip the repeated values. So whenever there is a repetition, so first rank is assigned to 9, second rank is to assign to 8, 7, 6. Okay, so now here it is here there is a repetition. So repetition, it is assigning same rank to every number 5, 5, 5, 5. So it is repeating for 6, 7, 8. So it is skipping the 8 ranks and it is giving you 9th rank for this one. So that is computation. And modify computation, it is opposite. So 5 to 8, we should get the values. So it is taking the 8th rank and assigning to the every number. And it will start again at 9. And dense, it will not skip any ranks. So it will assign wherever it is same value, it will assign 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next rank will not be skipped and we will see the same rank. And when you say unique, each and every value will be assigned a unique rank, and based on the order, it will assign you 1, 2. So the order is basically however it is there in. So based on this order, it will assign the ranks. So based on this, so this is in this order. So this will get 5th rank, 6th rank, 7th rank, 8th rank, like this. So based on the order, it is assigning the ranks. Even if it has the same values, based on the data source order, it will assign the ranks to the individual category. So that is about ranks. Yeah. Yeah, so we can change that formatting. Rank should not be decimal, yeah. So there are some formatting changes that you need to do normally. Even you can't show decimal places like 3 decimal places. Just go to the formatting and make it standard. So when you make it standard, you can see like this. Let's put some decimal places so that there is a difference between rank and sales. Okay, so that's all we can do. And we also have discussed about how to restart at every specific dimension. So let me just show you. So this is my table calculation. And if I'm applying based on order date, and I can restart at every quarter or year. So if I say restart at every year, so it will do a calculation till this December, and every time it will start at January. So this value will match. So normal sum of sales value will match with the running total. So it will not keep on adding the previous year's value. So that is how it will do. And when I say restart at every quarter, and you see it will restart at every quarter as well. Okay, so your entire these values will match with this running total. That way it will restart at every quarter and every year that we can mention. So based on the dimension, we can change the when to restart. So this we have discussed in earlier session as well. Okay, so that's more about table calculation, where you can create secondary table calculations, where you can use ranks, and relative to we can use first, last, previous, and next values. And in computation, we can use table across, then down, pane across, then down, all those options. And even we can do based on the dimension as well. So you can right click and select on what basis you want to do. You can select the dimensions as well, whatever dimensions that you are choosing. So that's more about table calculation. With that, we have completed this table session 17. So any questions? Okay, then thank you all for joining. We'll continue tomorrow.